Major story out of New York that we've been keeping an eye on all day. Manhattan District Attorney Cyrus Vance Jr. has now officially obtained former President Trump's tax returns dating back 8 years. The DA's office is investigating the former president's business dealings. The tax records are expected to go before a criminal grand jury, but they likely will not be made public. The DA is trying to figure out if Trump lied to lenders about his company's assets to get favorable deals, and if he made hush money payments to a woman who had accused him of having an affair. Investigators could also learn the former president's financial position within 564 different companies, both international and domestic, and whether or not he received any tax breaks. Earlier, we spoke with a tax attorney about what could happen to the former president if the returns do indeed show he broke the law.
He could be looking at several dozen criminal counts, ranging from tax evasion to mail fraud, to wire fraud, to tax fraud, to conspiracy. We could be talking about a dozen felony charges or more, potentially. Now, that isn't to say that those charges will be brought, and that isn't to say that the evidence is there to support them.
As of now, the former president has not been charged with any crime, but he has long fought to keep his tax records secret. Here's a look back at how we got to this point tonight. Now, he said back in 2014 that he would release his tax returns if indeed he ran for president. 2 years later, he said he would not be able to release his returns because he was under audit. There is no such IRS policy to that effect. In July of 2018, 94 lawmakers sent a letter to the IRS demanding the agency access Trump's taxes, although that never happened. By August of the following year, Vance and the DA's office issued a subpoena to the Trump Organization's accounting firm, part of their criminal case. The president argued his was immune to such a request, but in July of last year, the Supreme Court ruled against him, sending the case back to a lower court. On Monday, the High Court rejected to intervene in the case after the former president's attorneys argued that the subpoena was too broad, which allowed for the release of his taxes. Mr. Trump maintains that Vance's investigation is, quote, a fishing expedition.